From your perspective, tax havens, which obviously are a huge loss to countries globally, are still one of the biggest issues, and the UK is one of the biggest losers. What are your findings?
It is. So, as you say, globally, we're losing something like $500 billion, $492 billion every year to a combination of the tax abuse of multinational companies, that's about 2/3 of it, and tax abuse by wealthy individuals hiding their assets offshore, that's the other third. And the UK is, as you say, one of the biggest losers. What we really need, though, is to see countries join. The G20 is a useful body to set some kind of high-level goals, but it's only a small group of countries. Where the world comes together and has the power to set rules and change them is at the United Nations. Now, every country in the world at the start of next year will begin the negotiations of a UN convention on international tax cooperation. And that's where we could put in place the changes to corporate tax rules, to offshore tax and transparency that would actually bring in that $500 billion a year. Surprisingly, though, the UK is one of just 8 countries that have so far been opposing that process, and that's extremely disappointing and really very hard to understand when the UK itself is one of the biggest losers.
Yeah, it is difficult to understand, but it's also very difficult to get a global agreement on this in the same way it's difficult to get a global agreement on taxing billionaires, because you call it tax abuse on the part of big corporations and individuals, but they would actually say it's not abuse, it's just purely clever accounting.
Oh, well, we have any number of cases where, in fact, it's gone from clever accounting into breaking the law, but it tends to be the case that we don't put multinational companies or their chief executives in prison, even when they're responsible for, through breaking the law, for tax losses much bigger than, for example, anything that anyone ever does under the heading of benefit fraud.
Alex Cobham, their tax expert. That's all from Business Today.